Yes, thank you very much. I'm just trying to share my screen here. Yes, can everyone see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, all right. My name is Dr. Nonhlanhla Majola. I'm representing OSA in South Africa. And I'm going to be talking to you on the power of networking. And thank you for having me. So mine is going to be a bit of a philosophical talk based on my experience and my observation. So there's no doubt that networking has many benefits, obvious benefits. For example, it helps to build connections not only between colleagues, us as ophthalmologists, but other stakeholders such as optometrists and other people that we work with, but also industry, which are very important partners. It also helps us to expand horizons. I mean, how else will we know about new technologies, the latest OCT machine? How else would you know about it without talking to people within your field? And also learning about new clinical developments like the latest MIGS device, for example. It's also important to solve problems and with advocacy, especially with us having issues with lack of representation for women, safety issues, sexual harassment. When we come together and talk about these problems, we can find solutions and solve them. It also helps us to share with each other new ideas, such as research, publications, and getting involved in clinical trials. But equally important for allowing us to know about job opportunities, for example, fellowships and mentorships. So, traditionally and for the most part in South Africa, how networking opportunities have been provided it's been mainly run by and led by professional groupings such as local, regional, national, and supranational societies, predominantly on a face-to-face platform, such as having academic meetings, or informally with social events, having a cup of coffee with people where you get to talk and interact. And of course, in recent times, there have been unique challenges, and we've had to find unique solutions where people cannot get together and meet for various reasons, such as financial constraints, safety issues, and COVID. We've had to find other ways, such as virtual or even hybrid ways to meet together and electronic ways. Now, there's a saying that says, if you build it, people will come, and I truly believe that we need to create, a conducive environment for networking, provide the opportunities, make them available. So you need as many opportunities as possible. It needs to be an open place, a friendly place where people are able to interact freely, to be able to talk, and they needs to be specifically designed for a particular need, and obviously has to add a value to everyone involved. And opportunities are pretty much useless if you don't have willing participants. So you need people to come together, to want to come together and to share. So I envision organizations such as WOW to be the ones that should be driving to create the environments, but it's up to each and every one of us individuals to come together, to mentor, to speak to each other and share ideas and thoughts. So these are just my personal networking tips, what I found to really help me in trying to get out there and meet people. So the first one really important is for every individual, you have to show up. You have to use and take up any opportunity that is out there. You have to put yourself out there. But before that, you need to know exactly what it is that you want. So you need to know in your mind, have a very clear idea on what you're going to be discussing when you're meeting people. You need to ask questions. Never be afraid to ask questions. You need to then also think of a long-term building and nurturing relationships, and to expand your crowd. Speak to as many people, not only in your field of interest. Speak to as many people as possible, and also paying it forward. Once doors have been opened to you, you need to open doors for others. Become that mentor to other people. And just to show exactly how powerful, for me, my personal journey and my story, how powerful networking has been. This is just a picture of our last LDP, the African LDP meeting, where I met, it's a pity I don't have a cursor, but in the picture is myself and a group of other people, but importantly is a gentleman by the name of Sydney Gichuru. He's a corneal refractive surgeon in Texas, in the US. How just chatting to him through this platform, the LDP platform, led me to him introducing me and making opportunities for me available to go to a Congress in Singapore, where I met a young lady by the name of Sarah Idmani from Morocco, who then introduced me to Imani Tarib, who then, as a consequence, introduced me to Mohita, actually. So and wow, and that's why I'm here today. So it's all these connections that I've built, talking to people, getting myself out there, and just from this interaction. I'm even beginning to start a women in ophthalmology chapter in South Africa, and it's going to keep growing, just beyond what we are doing here. So in conclusion, the question is to network or not to network. I think for me, it's a no-brainer. We need to build connections. We need to make opportunities available. People need to take up these opportunities so that we can grow, not only as just in our field, in our professional field in ophthalmology, but as women in the field in particular. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Majola. It was indeed a very powerful presentation.